Precision costs marks in IGCSE Maths in a very specific way. Not the method being wrong, but rounding at the wrong moment or reading an instruction just slightly too fast. A bound calculated correctly, then combined with a second bound in the wrong direction. A number written in standard form with the first part completely out of range. An answer rounded halfway through a calculation, quietly losing accuracy nobody notices until it's marked. And a sequence question asking for the nth term misread genuinely across real exam scripts year after year as the 9th term. 4 separate traps, one shared cause, reading closely enough to catch them. Take your time with this one. Let's start with bounds, where a single rounded measurement is actually hiding a whole range of possible real values. A length given as 8 centimeters, correct to the nearest centimeter, doesn't mean the real length is exactly 8. It means the real length could be anywhere from 7.5 up to, but not including 8.5, half a unit either side of the rounded figure. Those two numbers are called the lower bound and the upper bound. That part most people get. The part that actually costs marks is what comes next. Choosing the right combination of bounds when two measurements are combined in one calculation. For a maximum result, you can't just take the maximum of everything blindly. If you're dividing one bound by another, a bigger answer needs a bigger number on top and a smaller number on the bottom. Maximum numerator, minimum denominator in the same calculation. Get that combination backwards and you'll still get a real number out the other end. It'll just be answering a completely different question than the one that was asked. Now, a different skill entirely. Standard form, writing very large or very small numbers as a single figure between 1 and 10 multiplied by a power of 10. The rule that actually gets tested isn't the multiplication, it's that first figure. It must be at least 1 and strictly less than 10. Not 10, not 0.4, somewhere in between. Write 45,000 as 45 times 10 to the power 3 and the arithmetic is completely correct. But the form itself is wrong because 45 isn't between 1 and 10. The correct form is 4.5 times 10 to the power 4. Same value, and that detail is the entire mark. Here's the single most repeated line in exam reports on this whole topic. Don't round in the middle of a calculation. Say a calculation needs 7.8 multiplied by 3.4 and then that result divided by 2.1. The exact value of 7.8 times 3.4 is 26.52. Round that to 27 first, out of habit, before dividing, and the final answer comes out wrong, even though every individual step looks reasonable on paper. The rule is simple to state and easy to forget under pressure. Carry the full exact value through every intermediate step and only round once, right at the very end, to whatever degree of accuracy the question actually asks for. One last idea, and it comes with a genuinely striking finding. Examiners have reported the exact same misreading, not once, but across several different years. Students asked to find the nth term of a sequence, who instead go and find the 9th term. The nth term is a formula, an expression written in terms of n, that lets you generate any term in the sequence for any value of n you choose to substitute in. It is not a request for one specific numerical term. For a linear sequence, the nth term takes the form of some number times n plus a constant, and that's worth separating clearly from a different-looking expression. 3n means 3 multiplied by n, growing steadily, term by term. 3 to the power of n means 3 multiplied by itself, n times, growing explosively instead. For a quadratic sequence, where the differences between terms are themselves changing, look at the second differences, the differences between those first differences. If the second difference is constant, that constant halved gives you the coefficient of n squared in the formula. Quick practice first. A length is measured as 8 centimeters, correct to the nearest whole centimeter. State the lower bound and the upper bound of this length. Lower bound, 7.5 centimeters. Upper bound, 8.5 centimeters, half a centimeter either side of the rounded figure. Now, a full exam-style question, tying together everything in this lesson. Part A. A rectangle has sides given as 6.4 centimeters and 3.2 centimeters, each correct to 1 decimal place. Calculate the upper bound of the area of this rectangle. Part B. Write 0.00452 in standard form. Part C. A calculation requires 7.8 multiplied by 3.4 divided by 2.1. A student rounds 7.8 times 3.4 to 27 first, then divides, and gets an answer of 12.9. Calculate the correct answer to 3 significant figures and explain what went wrong in the student's method. Part D. The nth term of a sequence is 3n squared plus 2. Find the 9th term of the sequence. Part A. The upper bound of 6.4 is 6.45 and the upper bound of 3.2 is 3.25. Multiply those two upper bounds together, or the upper bound of the area, since area is a product, not a quotient. 6.45 times 3.25 is 20.9625, so 21.0 square centimeters to 3 significant figures. Part B. 4.52 times 10 to the power of -4. Part C. The exact value of 7.8 times 3.4 is 26.52, and 26.52 divided by 2.1 gives 12.6 to 3 significant figures. The student's error was rounding 26.52 up to 27 before dividing, which changed the result. And Part D. Substitute n equals 9, not n equals n. 3 times 9 squared is 3 times 81, which is 243, plus 2 gives 245. So, 4 ideas, all about reading closely enough to catch them. Bounds. Half a unit either side of the rounded value and choose the bound combination that actually matches maximum or minimum, not just the biggest numbers available. Standard form, that first figure must sit between 1 and 10, always. Never round in the middle of a calculation. Carry the exact value through and round only once at the very end. And the nth term is a formula for any term, not a request for the 9th one specifically. Read the question exactly as it's written. I've put all 4 in the notes. Revise it on StudyRevise while it's fresh.